Hi, buddy. Welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're doing another coaching session for League of Legends. We're going to be looking at a Silver 5 Sona this game. So, first off, we're going to do an op.gg review, where we're just going to look at some basic itemization, runes, masteries, discuss that a little bit. And then we're going to look at the pregame, what you should be thinking about during Champion Select as this game's loading up. Then we're going to look at the game itself, take some careful notes, comment on what we see, and then we'll bring it all together in a post-game, hit like the top 5 or 6 things that Dagon could work on to improve the game. Then at the end, if you want to stick around, I'll talk about becoming a member. Dagon is a member. He's Dylan. You probably see him on stream quite a lot. He's been a very generous contributor to the channel for a very long time. He's a lot of fun to play with. He comes out on members nights quite a lot. Really cool guy. And then so we'll talk about the member system if you want to join and get in on that too. Then I've got a link for a coaching playlist if you want to watch more of my coaching videos. I'm probably going to have 35 to 40 by the time this publishes. And then we have some in-depth guides as well. So I do have an in-depth Sona guide. I forgot to put it in there now, but I will put it in. I'll put it probably like right next to champion guides, like right here or so. When this actually publishes, you'll see that. So you can just go in there if you want to know more in-depth tips about Sona herself. I've got a full guide on it. You can check that out, and you can check out other champion guides here as well. If you want to access this Google Doc, it's in the description, and there'll also be timestamps so you can jump around straight to the game if you want to see that, or straight to the post-game if you just want to hear about the post-game discussion, like a quick 5-minute rundown of ways to improve. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here. You want to aim for 1 control ward every 5 minutes of the game, so you have 4 per 37. I would really like to see you bump that up to 7 or 8 control wards. Excuse me. Drank some water a second ago, and it kind of went down the wrong pipe there. You want to aim for 1 normal ward every minute. So how many wards did you place? You should have about 37. 29. So try to increase that number a little bit too. So pretty decent numbers, pretty decent, but you want to step it up as much as possible. Like you want to get to about here where you have 7, 8, something like that in a lot of games. Your skill order is perfect. I do like getting just a couple points in Q for harass and then switching over to W for the mid game. Your runes are pretty great. I recommend, if you can afford it, flat health yellows. I know those are very expensive. They're 820 IP. No one likes spending that much on runes. They won't have to next season. But for now, I think that's probably a better choice. If you don't have flat health, I would recommend flat armor. The scaling is just too slow, especially against the Draven lane. You're really running the risk of getting blown up early game by like a Draven Taric combo. If Taric like flash stuns you or something like that, and Draven just all-ins you, it could be really bad. So you want that flat resistances early on, whether it's armor or health. I think health is probably best, but if you don't have flat health, get flat armor. They're very cheap. You probably already have them. So one of those two. You just want the early game power with your runes, on Sona especially. She's going to scale so hard in the late game anyways, it's not going to matter. You just want that early game trading power. Your masteries look perfect. Nothing to change here. That all looks exactly like how you should do it. As far as the itemization, looking at how you built this game, I would highly consider like rushing Ardent Sensor over Mikhail's. I don't think you really need Mikhail's this game. They don't have much crowd control. All they have is a Taric stun and a Malphite ultimate, but remember that Mikhail's does not stop knockups, so it's not going to stop if Malphite knocks people up. So I'm not sure if you were thinking maybe to get Mikhail's against Malphite, but you don't want to rush Mikhail's here because they just don't have enough crowd control. Like if they had something like a Thresh or like a Sejuani or like an Amumu or something like that, maybe you would consider getting a Mikhail's early. It's particularly against Thresh, it's pretty good. But right here, I wouldn't do it. The Taric stun is pretty easy to sidestep for the most part, and that's really the only thing you can cleanse on their whole team. I mean, you can cleanse like a Malphite Q or something, but realistically, I think you should be going for Ardent Sensor. If Ashe is very far behind, you might consider going for Redemption first and then Ardent Sensor, but Ardent Sensor is just so good. Even if Ashe is behind, it still is going to benefit Graves and it's going to benefit Urgot. So I think you just want to be going Ardent Sensor. I would definitely upgrade your gold item first, though. Like this has to be number 1 on patch 7.15. You have to get the gold item first, and I think you have to get Eye of the Oasis. Like, you need 4 wards really quickly in this game. And it's 28 minutes to get boots. That's pretty rough, too. Sona's very vulnerable early on. Yeah, I mean, your first buys should be Eye of the Oasis, Mobility Boots, and then Ardent, and then after that, probably Redemption. Or if you don't want to go Redemption after that, you can go Athene's Unholy Grail. This item is amazing on Sona. I talked about that in the 7.12 video. I talked about that in the Sona guide as well. You really, really want to run the Athene's Unholy Grail very quickly. It just gives her the extra AP, which increases her healing, which increases her damage as well, which also increases her healing because of the passive on Athene's. That item is built for Sona. Like, that is the perfect Sona item. So I would rush that directly after Ardent, possibly even before Ardent, but I still think Ardent's so powerful because you have 3 AD champions on your team. I still think you probably want to go Ardent first and then Athene's. But this should almost certainly be your build order, or maybe Redemption. But Mikhail's is just not... It's not going to do a lot for you here against their comp. Mikhail's is kind of like, you have to get it, you know? Like, when you get Mikhail's, it's like you're forced to get it because your AD carry just keeps getting hit by thresh hooks, and they've died 3 or 4 times, and there's just no other way you can deal with it. It's not really an item that you want to get. It's something that you have to get sometimes that you're forced to get. And I just... I don't think you want it in this game. Okay, so as far as the pregame goes, I think you should pressure as much as you can early on. It just depends. If Ashe doesn't pressure with you, you might be in trouble. You might have to chill a little bit. Draven can do a lot of damage. You need to make sure you do not get Taric stunned and Draven all in, or that can be really bad. But try to see if you can land as much poke as possible on Draven. Historically, Draven will typically go like Vamp Scepter into either Death's Dance or Bloodthirster early. Once he gets a Vamp Scepter, you're not going to be able to poke him out anymore, most likely. He also has healing from Taric, so... There's not a fantastic lane for Sona. It's okay. Ashe is typically a very weak champion right now. I'll be surprised if she's strong. We'll see. Sometimes Ashe will surprise you, but typically a lot of Ashes are still going Bladeru and King, like Black Cleaver or Hurricane, and that's just an extremely anemic damage build. Draven's just going to tear that up. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good in the laning phase. You may want to try roaming level 6 so you can use your ult to gank Jace. Jace is really easy to kill if you get behind him, and Syndra does a lot of burst damage, so if you land the ult on him, Syndra can probably do the rest. So that's a possibility if you're behind in the bot lane, which I suspect you probably will be. You could just roam 6 after you back and try to make a play middle, at least get his flash. Don't let Malphite ult you in team fights. That is your #1 goal, is you need to be watching that Malphite, and you need to position very far back. If he ults you, it's really bad. You need to make him choose either you or other people. He cannot hit other people and you. So you have to play far back. And you need to use like redemption. You need to use your ult to stop people after he engages, and then you need to redemption. If you can get redemption fast enough. You need a redemption to cancel out the damage that people are going to take off of his ult. So you do have a pretty good pick comp. If Ashe can land an arrow, then Syndra can blow somebody up, or you can ult somebody and then Syndra can blow them up. You could hide at bushes and blow people up with Syndra. So you do have a pretty decent pick comp. And then Urgot, in theory, I'm not entirely like familiar with new Urgot. I've seen him, I know what he does, but I just don't know his all-ins and like what his damage thresholds are. But I think that he should be able to beat up a Malphite in the split push scenario. I'm not sure. It depends on how fed Fizz gets. He probably can't out-push or out-split Fizz later on. He can probably out-split Jace. I'm not sure. I know you have a good pick comp. I think you might be able to split with Urgot. But we'll just see what happens. And just watch out for the Malphite TP flank. You need to be securing your flanks with sweepers, pink wards. Like, you do not want Malphite to come up from behind you or beside you and just like ult and hit 3 or 4 people, or it's just going to be lights out. If they get 1 or 2 really good fights where Malphite ults like 3 or 4 people and Draven gets like triple kills, then the game's probably going to be over. Or Fizz gets a triple kill. They have a very, very dangerous comp with a lot of scaling. So if either Fizz or Draven gets really fed, it's going to be a nightmare to try to deal with that, because Ashe is just not going to do a lot of damage. These guys, these 3 will do some damage. But those 2 are really renowned for getting out of control quickly if they get too much damage. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. Should be coin. Yep, coin 3.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 50 seconds until
They probably won't invade. They might. Tarek can be good with an invade. You probably need to ward somewhere. Like, I would just ward over this wall or something. If they come, like 5 people just walk around this corner, it's going to be a big problem. I approve of that skin. I think you, I'm pretty sure you're the one who donated me the same DJ Sona skin. It's a cool skin. Appreciate it. Okay, so you want to be pushing. Try to push them in. Fizz is pretty weak early on. I'm not exactly sure where Fizz starts. I assume he started red. Yeah, get in there. Yeah, poke him. Don't take free hits, but yeah, there you go. Keep punishing. Fade back. Good. Good poke. Hit Draven. Hit Draven. Hit him. No, 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 no. Not melee combat with him. You know, hit him from max range. Now, how did he... Tarek must have been late. How did he hit 2 first? Okay. So, you know, go up, and you can poke Draven. But you also need to be hitting the minions so you don't get pushed in. There you go. Exhaust, 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 exhaust. Oh, turn around, hit him. Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, that hurts my... That really pains me. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Oh, if you would have just turned around and Q auto'd him right there, you would have killed him before Tarek got his heal off, because his heal was on cooldown, I think. He only has a level 1 heal. Turn around and hit him right now. They use summoner heal. Auto. Oh, I think you accidentally auto'd the Tarek. Yeah, you auto'd the Tarek right there. That is unfortunate. Oh. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stems back to, I guess you misclicked or something and you accidentally walked up and just got into melee range of Draven. He got those 3 autos on you and that took you to like a quarter of your health. It was pretty rough. Like, I think right there you have to stick on it and just keep autoing. Like, as you step back, just Q auto, Q auto, Q auto. Like, you ran back and missed probably 2 auto attacks. Because he's not targeting you, he's targeting Ashe. And so you want to keep moving backwards, but you don't want to stop autoing. Well, this is going to be absolutely brutal. Most likely. Fortunately, he's going... What is... I don't even know what he's building. I guess he's going Death Stance. And he... Instead of getting Vamp Scepter, he got the Call Fields, which is kind of weird, but... Run, 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 run. I don't know what to say about that. This is why I banned Draven a lot, honestly. I'm trying to think of what... I mean, you just need to run, like... Giving up that double kill early is just so brutal against Draven. I mean, he might kill her again right here, honestly. If Tarek landed that stun, it probably would have been pretty close. There's not... All you can really do is shield this. Ashe went double Doran's Blade. She should have gone Doran's Shield against Draven. Well, I mean, all you can do right now is just try not to die. And just wait on the jungler. I wouldn't call the jungler down here, though. You need to run. You guys cannot fight him. Yeah, you're just kind of in, like, try not to die mode at this point. So yeah, it was already going to be a tough lane, and now it's just basically impossible. Like, you guys are just not coming back in this lane for a really, really long time. Ashe is just a very weak champion in general right now, and giving that many kills to Draven. Oh, she would have just kept running. She could have made it. Urgot, I think, hit him with the ult. Yeah. Let's see that. Let's see that beautiful Urgot ult here. Let's get something cool. Let's see. Bam. Backing up for style points. Well, Urgot's going top lane, so that's, well, sort of. I mean, he's down a lot of CS, even though he has 2 kills. I mean, I guess Malphite has a kill, too. Who did Malphite kill? I guess he teleported mid. He got the kill on Syndra. Is that what it was? Something like that. Anyways, your other teammates are doing okay. You just have to, like, not die anymore. You gotta leave right now. You need to ping him back. Like, you guys cannot be here. He's gonna kill you. Especially when Taric shows up. Like, Taric is pretty brutal, you know, early on. Like, Taric can get caught out. You know, he's kind of like Leona. If the fight goes south, he can get killed because he doesn't have any sort of escapes. But if it's just a straight-up clean 2v2, especially if you're ahead, it's just almost impossible to win a fight when he's there. Because he's just gonna... He has so many shields and heals. You're just not gonna beat him in a 2-on-2 at this point. He can't really start a fight with you that easily. He has a couple of times, like your Ashe got caught by his stun, but he can back up Draven. Yeah, good exhaust. Okay, he canceled an auto there. Okay, so I'm gonna say, keep autoing while you run. That was the biggest thing early on, is you stopped autoing in that all-in level 2. And it just came down to 1 or 2 autos. You accidentally attacked Taric too, I think. And then make sure you don't misclick, obviously, when you walked up into melee combat with Draven. I mean, that's just a mechanical mistake. Alright, you see Graves. Okay, that's your Graves. Alright. Yeah, go up, bait him. Ult him right now. Ult him, ult him, ult him. There you go. Run. You need to run. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ashe just doesn't do any damage. And Graves did not... Graves tried to focus out the Taric instead of the Draven. If he would have focused the Draven, y'all probably could have won that. If he just, like, ran straight past the Taric and just, like, full combo the Draven while he was stunned, I think y'all had that. Does Ashe have an item yet? Okay, at least she's got a BF now. Like, she only had 2 Doran's Blades against his, like, you know, 2,000 gold worth of items there. He's probably going to come back with a full Death Stance. Oh my god. 91 to 40 CS. I mean, you really need to start weighing your options at this point and just consider leaving that lane. Just don't even go to the lane. This is there. Mid lane's dying too. Well, Syndra's doing alright. Sort of. I would go middle. Do you have your ult? You have your ult back? I would honestly just go middle at this point and just try to see if you can flank and kill his Jace. Syndra has her ult, I think. Yeah. Yours is almost up. I just wouldn't even go down here. He's got a full Death Stance plus a Zeal. Yeah, you need to just leave. Just tell Ashe to give up this tower and just leave. I think. The tower is already really low. I just wouldn't even be here, because he's just going to kill you over and over and over again. There's absolutely nothing you can do. I mean, even if Graves comes down here, I mean, he 2v3'd you last time. That was before he completed his Death Stance and had a Zeal. No, no, no. Do not go up and trade. Don't even try to auto-attack him. He can 1v2 you right now, I'm pretty sure. I don't know where Taric is, but... Okay. Alright, I guess y'all got him. Taric must just be... Is Taric just like AFK or what? Well, I don't want to look. I want to have the same info you do. How did y'all do that? Did you just go on him? He just got ridiculous and tried to go hard? I would just be afraid Taric's like sitting in this bush or Taric's like over here. Oof. Okay, good stun. I mean, I guess you gotta go for it there. It paid off. I think Taric just has to be like AFK or something. Alright, so your team's kind of getting back in here. Ashe is just getting free farm at this point. She's still down like 50 CS. Did she get the kill? Okay, at least that's good. Alright, well, I mean, a Taric AFK can get you back into the game. That's what you needed. You need some kind of miracle. Yeah, he's just like straight AFK. Y'all have to take advantage of this. If Taric comes back, you're going to lose. You need to communicate that to your team right now. Ping him and say, Taric is AFK, get down here, kill his Draven, and get Dragon. Like, you need to tell Graves that right now. He's already on this side of the map. And Draven's just going to straight 2v1 you now if you don't have your ults. Yeah, last time it took your ult plus exhaust. Really to kill him. I think you guys probably got a little overconfident because you killed him last time. Yeah, it was just because... It was primarily exhaust, but then your ult also helped. Yeah, if neither one of you has your ults, there's no way. I assume you didn't have your ult there. Did you? No way. No, there it is. Okay, it just popped up. Yeah, y'all didn't have your ults. Well, she had hers. What? No, she didn't. Okay. Yeah, you need to be pinging her back. I mean, he almost kills Graves.
Shut down.
Graves had to flash in to kill him. Yeah, so you should have called down Graves. Calling Graves for help when Tarek DC. So you should have called in Graves, come down here and help you. Draven's not going to have any wards. Obviously, he wants to fight. You could bait him, kill him, get Dragon. Then he's going to start raging out at Tarek even more. And he just might go AFK at that point. Like, that's really your only hope, is that they just, like, something insane happens. Like, Tarek being AFK may not be enough, honestly. Like, you have to get one of them to start raging. So as soon as you figure out there's an AFK bottom, tell your jungler to come down, pick him up, and then get the dragon. Or push in his tower. Just do something. Like, you really have to abuse that Draven and just, like, stop him. You have to derail him. He's just too out of control. Okay, now Tarek's back. That time is done. So you had a quick little, 5-minute window there where you could have probably tilted the Draven out and got him to rage out of the game, potentially. Or at least set him back. And now it's not happening anymore. It doesn't matter that Tarek's behind. All he has to do is press ult when you guys start a fight. Draven's up 70 CS. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, God. Come on, Graves. Oh, man. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this game, once, and I don't want to sound like those people. I'm doing the best that I can to give you some advice here, but to be honest with you, this game looks almost impossible. I'm just gonna shoot you straight here. I don't really think there's a lot you can do at this point. I mean, I'm gonna try to tell you as much as I can. But, I always try to be honest with you. And after that double kill bot lane and then the other kills, like, the first double kill was really brutal. Okay, so once that happens, obviously there were some mistakes made. You walked in, you accidentally misclicked and you walked up in a melee with him. You got hit 3 times. You need to tell Ashe, back up. Like, be safe. I need to back. Back up, reset, get you a reju beat or a fairy charm or something. Come back to lane, fresh, restart. Just take your little bit of loss of experience. And in that all-in, you gotta just keep moving and autoing. It's very scary. You really shouldn't even all-in them. And I warned about this in the pregame. You should not all-in them. I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, I should have. Like, Draven Tarek is just gonna beat you up. Ashe just doesn't do anything. I mean, she's doing kind of the best she can, but Ashe is just a garbage champion right now. That's all there is to it. Like, she's utility. She's all arrow. Like, she's hawk shot, so you can spot where the jungler is. You can sort of track the jungler's movements and make informed, like, shot calling based on that. And she's initiation with her arrow. Both of which don't matter as much in solo queue as they matter in pro play. She's not even played in pro play that much right now, unless a bunch of other AD carries are banned. You need to leave right now. Do not fight him. I don't care how many people you have. Don't do it. You need minimum 4 people before you even think about fighting Tarek. It needs to be like 4v1. Or Draven, rather, with Tarek. Y'all didn't even scratch him. No, she's gonna die. That Death's Dance, you just can't blow him up, and he's just gonna heal through everything. I mean, he's just basically God mode. This is why Draven, You know, he has been the #1 ADC for a long time. I don't think I had him at #1 on this list, but he still is really good. He's okay against tanks. He's very good against a team full of squishy champions, that's for sure. That's why he's been #1 for, you know, a long time on my list, for like 10 patches. I just took him down a little bit because people were playing more tanks this time, but he, like, if he gets ahead, he's like probably the most unstoppable for us because he just gets so much extra gold. Like, it says he's 10-2, but it's really closer to being like 15-2 because of all the extra gold that he gets. I mean, I'm trying to be productive. Like, all you can do is just run. Like, there's not a lot here. Being honest with you. Like, this early game is just too extreme. There's nothing you can do at this point. I mean, y'all did get him there. I think... So, definitely not Mikhail's. Mikhail's is not going to do anything right now. I mean, Athene's is not going to do anything either, really. Or, not Athene's, Arden. I mean, maybe Redemption? I mean, Ardent is okay. It would give a little bit more. I guess Ardent is still the best choice. I don't know, man. Like, you have to save your exhaust. And I think the only thing you can do here is just communicate with your team better while he's snowballing to come down there and help you. Especially during that Taric fiasco there. Like... Because if he came down there, if you called him down, you kill the Draven, you push it to tower, you can kill the Taric who's AFK under the tower, and then take the tower, and I think that Draven may have raged out after that. It would have at least given you a gold advantage. You could see he was mad, because when he died, he question marks Taric like 4 times. You didn't see that, we can see that in the Observer replay, so you know he's mad. So I think you really have to... That was your window. You had like 5 minutes to make him AFK, like rage quit. And that's probably the only way you're going to win this. So I'm just going to say, I did say that in there, but I'm going to say... like, once he gets that fed, you can't really... Even if Graves comes down in a 3v2, you're probably going to die. So under most circumstances, I would not call down for help. I would just play, like, more defensively and just try not to die. But once you realize that Taric's AFK, which you should, like, once you get that kill on Draven and you haven't seen Taric in like 5 minutes, you just have to assume he's AFK. Because he's not hiding in a bush. Like, I thought maybe he was hiding in a bush to trick you when Draven was there, but he's not. He's just straight AFK. After that happens, you need to call Graves down and say, please, we need to kill Draven now. Like, kill Draven, get this tower, get Dragon. Taric's AFK at that tower. I think you caught a glimpse of him after you pushed the wave in. You could see he was just standing there. So you need to tell your team that. And is that, you know... What's up, dear? Alright. Let's see. Is that kind of dirty? Absolutely it is. But you know what? That's the only way you're winning this game. And sometimes, sometimes League's just a dirty game, you know? Because that's going to happen to you. You're going to have AFKs on your team, right? So you have to win games where they have AFKs, because you're probably not going to win most games where you have AFKs. I mean, it's taking like 4 people to kill Draven at this point, and... Nice. And he still is almost killing people. So... You know, you just gotta take advantage of what you can. Like, I don't advocate playing mind games in all chat and stuff like that. Some people will say that, like, if you try to tilt people in all chat or whatever. I think that's just, like, rude. You know? But if someone's AFK, like, you have to win AFK games. Because you're gonna lose the AFK when it's on your team most of the time. So that's your chance to equalize it. That's how you have to look at it. Is it's not like it's dirty to take advantage when someone's AFK. It's like you're equalizing for when you have AFKs on your team. Because now they're going to win this game with, potentially, with an AFK that you know, with someone who went AFK for 5 minutes. And that just can't happen. You have to win those games. So I think that was your window. I think, you know, right now, I would try to go ward around Baron. Like, just try to ward in here. Like, all you can really hope to do is maybe catch Draven out by himself. He canceled that auto, I think. Welcome to League of Draven. Y'all are not gonna fight him in a even remotely clean fight. Like I say, he can probably 4v2, and he's been able to do that for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
it's kind of goofy looking, but okay. Okay, we all finally got him. Yeah, I mean, you could ward a couple of things, maybe. I don't know. I just you can't. I mean, I get like I said, all you can do is really ward and just hope to catch him at this point. Like it's looking pretty grim. Like the window for dealing with him is past. I just Syndra can blow him up while his GA's down. So you need I guess you would go over here and try to ward like here, like ward here, pink this, and then just sit in this bush with like Syndra and Urgot. Just ping them all, get them over here. Sweep this, ward this, pink this bush, and just sit in this bush. And just wait until Draven walks in, and just hope that he walks in alone, and kill him. Like, that's really all you can do here, is just, like, hide in bushes and just try to keep picking people off. With Syndra and Urgot, and that's it. That's really about all you can do. You can't let them group up as 5, though, or you're just gonna, like, die. Okay, here you go. He's alone. He's alone. Get in there. Ult him, ult him, ult him, ult him. Oh, man. Oh, God. Okay, you got him. So he's alone. What can you get? Who's dead? This is not dead yet. Run. He's going to ult you. Y'all need to try to engage or something. Like, you need to get a fight while Draven's down. He's down for 25 seconds. Like, you need to be pinging. Like, ping, 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 fight, fight, fight. You need to be proactive here. Like, you have to take advantage. If you kill him, you have to do something on the map. It can't just be everyone backs up and resets. Like, you have to get something out of it. I mean, I would almost, at this point, when you had the lanes up, like, you should almost just, like, run at Baron and just force it. Just make them come to you and fight you without Draven. Because he's the only person who has gold on their team. Really. Yeah, you just backed up. And now you're pushing a tower. They're going to get Baron. You can't contest it with inhibitors this far down. I think you had to just try to fight him. Or, like, force Baron. It's a long shot, but you don't have to actually go for the Baron. You just go over there, fight the Baron, let them see you do it, and then when they come over to try to stop you, then you just turn around and fight them. I know you didn't have your ult, I know Syndra didn't have her ult, and typically that's not a good time to fight. But you just have to take advantage. When the raid boss is down, you gotta get the treasure. You gotta do something. Because now he's back with his GA, you've got supers on your towers. They can just walk over and grab Baron anytime they want it now. Or not. You know, they can just force you at this tower too. And I said, it's not a high probability play, but it's better than you know, 5%, which is what you're looking at right now, a chance to win. You have to use your exhaust or your ult on Draven, nobody else. Do not get caught by Malphite. He could easily just ult and kill you there. Like, it's not worth it for you to go up and harass with Q, because you're not going to do that much damage anyways. Okay, good. And you got to keep that in mind. Later game with Sona, it's not worth putting yourself out of position to hit somebody with a Q, because it's not going to do any damage. Like, the only time you should be queuing is just as you're running away, just for a little bit of extra damage. Okay, well, fortunately, he threw his ult instead of just autoing. Yeah, even something that's high risk, low reward, I think you just have to do something. You have to go for something there. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You did get the inhibitors back, which is good. Now, he is out of position quite a lot. Now he has a Quicksilver Sash, so it's going to be extremely difficult to deal with him. Fortunately, Tarek didn't get Ardent Sensor. You know, he didn't get Ardent Sensor. He doesn't have Redemption. He doesn't have a lot of these good team fighting things, so his itemization is pretty suboptimal, and that's, you know, that's a good thing for you. Yeah, you see him on Baron. Y'all gotta go. You don't have Syndra with you, but you gotta try. That's way too late. Now, why was Urgot going in there? Like, what's he gonna do? You need a if anyone goes in, it's Graves. Y'all had to try, I guess. I mean, I think Urgot going in is a little ridiculous, but like Graves going for it, sure. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know, because if they kill anybody there, they're gonna win the game. It doesn't matter if you steal the Baron or not. So, since Syndra's bottom, I think you just actually have to let that go. Because it doesn't matter if you steal it. Like, the only thing that matters is, do you kill Draven or not? Like, that's the only question right now. Because if you give Draven a 4v5, even if you have Baron, he's still going to beat you really badly. Well, they're just, like, suiciding here. You're too close. Yeah, don't harass with Q late game. Well, against all... Okay, you guys 3 are dead. Something has to happen here. Okay, good. Urgot's going bottom. Yeah, you gotta get some things. What? Did he have Sheen or something? Why would he throw that there? I don't know how Urgot works. That seems really weird, though. He's probably dead. He needs to run. God. Yeah, he's dead. Y'all need to come down here and help him. Y'all are way too late. Yeah. Y'all needed to be down here helping him, I think. I mean, clearing out these waves is okay, but someone needs to be down there. I think maybe you need to... Maybe you should have come down there just to help him escape with your E. But I think it is right that you guys have to get something when you kill 3 people. Like, you absolutely have to. So I think getting the tower is the right call, but I think he needed help. I think you should have gone down there with him. Just to help get him out with your E and with your coin passive. Everyone else can come back and clear. You're just kind of sitting around watching while they clear anyways. See, I was pretty dumb for him to be down there by himself, but at the same time, it's like, you have to do something. Okay, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. There's the Tarek. Tarek finally pressed R in a team fight. I don't think he's done that in the last 2 team fights. Yeah, that's it. I don't think so. I mean, I keep wondering, like, how does Draven keep dying with Tarek? I mean, he is out of position a lot, but I think Tarek just hasn't been using his ult. Okay. Okay, so you did have some chances. You had many more chances than I thought you would in that game, considering how far behind your team was. So we'll go ahead and exit out of that. All right, so I think okay, so I'll just say keep attacking. Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. All right, we talked about the early game. That was a massive oops when Draven got that double kill early game. You know, I discussed that a lot. You need to just keep attacking, spamming your Q, and just like make sure you don't misclick to walk up into melee range with Draven. Yeah, and then after that, you have to play really passively. He caught you out and just like murdered you. Like I think he got a double kill after that too, or at least he killed one other person where he just walked up and just autoed people down. You have to be much more careful. When Tarek DC'd, that was your moment. Like you have to close out and be super aggressive, especially in that situation where Draven already had like 5 or 6 kills. Like you have to call in Graves to come down. You guys triple team Draven, kill the Tarek under tower. That's going to infuriate him, especially if you take the tower. He's going to be so mad that you're killing his DC, that you're killing him, that you're taking his tower. He's just like, I'd say there's probably at least a 40% chance he just rages out of the game right there. Because he was already question marking Tarek when he died, and that's not even including like you guys killing the Tarek and the tower. So you have to do that. That's one of the only ways you're going to get back in this game. Yeah, so call for help. When you kill Draven, you guys have to get stuff. You have to go for high risk, low reward. It's looking very bleak. Because, like, really, all that has to happen is Tarek shows up and presses ult and a team fight with Draven there. Then you guys just lose the game. Now, that didn't happen for, like, 15 minutes. And you really, really had to make him pay for that. Because Draven was dead, like, 2 or 3 times. And I don't think you guys got anything. You didn't... Urgot finally got a tower bot lane. Just force Baron. Just run over there and just start the Baron. And just say, you know what? You guys are going to come fight us without Draven 5v4, or we're going to get this Baron. Just force him to do that. You had the waves up far enough where it wasn't going to pressure the tower for another like 45 seconds or so. Just ping the Baron a lot and say force it. And just run in there and just do the best you can. I mean, maybe Fizz steals it. Who knows? But, you know, I think you have to try something. You can't just reset and just let Draven respawn and just walk back up, which is what happened with all the supers in your base. You have to try something. Now, under most circumstances, should you try to do a 5v4 Baron when they have vision of it and, you know, force maybe a 50-50 smite fight? No, you shouldn't. But in this situation where Draven can just almost 1v5, you have to when he's dead. You have to take unusual risks. You have to do aggressive things. Stay much further back. Don't try to harass with Q. Now, I talked about this a little bit in the Janna game that I did earlier today for you as well. You need to stay further back. Like, the Q harass in lane, like levels 1 to 3 is fine. But once Draven comes back with the Caulfield's Warhammer, especially against the Tarek, you can't attack anymore. And certainly at, like, you know, 30 minutes into a game when Draven's got 3 items, or other people have a bunch of items like a Fizz, you can't go up and Q them. Because all they have to do is just turn around and they can almost, like, 2-shot you at that point. It's not worth doing, like, you know, 100 magic damage or whatever after resistances to somebody, and Draven's just going to heal it back anyways. So just do not harass with your Q. You should only be doing, like, Qs in fights where they're focused, the enemy's focused on other things, and you're really far back. And you're just, like, spamming Q and W, primarily for the aura on your teammates, but just doing a little bit of incidental damage too. But just walking up when no one's, like, committed to a fight yet and just trying to auto attack Q them is not a good proposition. You're going to die a lot from that. And they did catch you out some. I think Malphite killed you once. Someone else killed you a couple of times doing that too. So you need to stay much, much further back. And just down the line, you should have helped Urgot, like, get that tower and escape, because you guys have to get something when Draven's dead. But it was very risky for him to do that. So if you were there with your coin passive to help him run faster and your E to help him run faster, I think you guys could have extracted and got out of there. And you would have done it faster, obviously, if you were there helping him with auto attacks. So I think it was the right move for him to go down there and do that just to get something. But by himself, he ended up paying a price. I think you were going to lose anyways if you didn't start pushing advantages. I do think, like I said earlier, Mikhail's doesn't really do anything here. I think maybe, like, Athene, so you could do a little bit more damage and heal more. Maybe, I guess Ardent Sensor is still the best choice, because then at least you're giving, like, Urgot, Graves, and Ashe more damage. Yeah, definitely not Mikhail's. It's just not doing enough to help you out there. Okay. Anyways, I think that's going to be a really rough game. There were not, I'll be honest with you, there were not a lot of very obvious opportunities to come back and win that game. I think that, you know, the biggest thing is don't give up those kills early. Like, you know, that's a very dangerous lane with Draven and Tarek. You need to be pinging Ashe back and try to get her not to fight. Maybe even tell her, like, in the pregame, like, do not all in this lane. Just, like, right when it starts. And just, yeah, the stuff that you know, he snowballed so hard after that. Like, once he gets those 3 or 4 kills, the game's not completely over, but it becomes, like, a lot more difficult. And like I said, at some point, maybe you should just abandon that lane and just try to go make a play around Jace, try to get some vision, and maybe make some picks with Graves or Syndra, like, just jumping out of bushes at people. You have to start thinking outside the box a little bit and get a little bit more unorthodox, because Draven is just so absurdly powerful that game. It's going to be very, very difficult to stop him. And yeah, like, the Tarek disconnect was a window. There were a couple times you killed Draven when he was out of position. That was a window. You guys, just didn't take advantage of it. Like, Tarek just got to sit there at his tower, like, AFK, ready to be killed at any moment. and he never paid any consequences for it. The dragon was available 5v4 for like 5 minutes. Graves could have come down there and killed somebody for 5 minutes. When you killed Draven in the middle, you guys could have forced Baron. So you had some small windows. I'm not sure if those would have been enough to win, but I think that if you were going to win, that was how you started it. That was how you started the comeback. So really tough game, but I think you did have some opportunities buried in there. You just had to really be focused up, and they were very, very small windows that you really had to leverage an advantage on. So you gotta stay sharp and focus up. Like as soon as Tarek is DC'd, you're like, okay, this is my chance. We gotta go. We gotta do a lot of stuff. Or whenever Draven dies, you're like, okay, this is it. We gotta go. We gotta do things. Like you need to be feeling kind of desperate in this game, and just really like a Hawkeye, just looking around, just for anything you can do to get any kind of advantage to get back into it. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much. I'll talk really quick about the member system. It is members night here in about 45 minutes or so. I would like to do one more coaching session if I can sneak one in before members night. I still have, I think, 3, 4 or 5 left to do before 6 a.m. So got a lot of stuff to do. But I do want to talk about members night really quick. It's just a quarter a day if you want to join. Less than a quarter a day. It's $5 a month. It gives you lots of great benefits. 10% discount on coaching videos or guide commissions. You get access to our members only Discord. It's really cool. We got a lot of fun people in here. We're building a wonderful community. They're sharing all kinds of fun thoughts. They're sharing pictures, memes, music, talking about their day with each other. So it's really wonderful to see the community grow and flourish like this. And then people can join up, play games. I know people have played ARAMs before. People play some normals with each other in these groups. You can do it either while the stream's going on or after the stream if you want. You can come in here and listen to some music and stream if you want to, share your favorite album with somebody or whatever. Things that I can't do on stream, like we can't share links, we can't do music, and there's just a lot of things we can't do because of YouTube's policies and because of trolls. A lot of times in the normal chat, well, the private Discord allows us to do a lot more of those cool, fun kind of things and just have a closer knit community among members, and I think that that's really cool. We're also do viewer night every Tuesday. I play some unorthodox champions. I play with viewers all night. It's a ton of fun. We've met a lot of great friends. We're building a great community here. So come on out, join it. It's a good time. And then you get to vote on the champions that I play every week in a straw poll, and I play those all night during viewer night, and I also play them throughout the week as much as I can. And then if you're into Total War Warhammer, you can vote on which factions that I'm going to play for the next week, and I'll release at least a few episodes for the highest voted faction. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.